Hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? Monday night makeup. Monday night makeup. Putting my link in. I'm getting better with where the keyboard is when it's on a slant. I have to do it on a slant because there we go. Hey, how are you? I'm talking to you all day. Alright, I'm putting on a little bit of therapy from my little mini jar from the A box. Today's the last day for the A box. Although it might be in 21, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. I haven't even had. Tonight is the last night for campaign 20. Putting on a little moisturizer. Moisturizer. Oh, it's a great primer. It's a great primer. It's a moisturizer, it's a primer, it's everything. It's wonderful. I know I'm red, but just deal with it. I'm okay. Some people come on and go, I thought you had been crying. Like you've been crying. Or one time I had a cold and I had changed my voicemail, the outgoing message. People were like, you sounded like you were crying on your voicemail. I was like, I had a cold. Deal. Oh, God. Why would I, if I had been crying, why would I to be coming on here? Just because I have my face, the more you touch it, the more I'm naturally one of those pink people, All right, I'm putting on a little bit of my Cashmere Complexion, which is Avon. They've now created this, and I don't know if it's one of their collaborations or just one of their, if they're creating, it is very hydrating. It's very hydrating. It's that gel that you mix with the cream, and that's how rich it is. It is very hydrating. Okay, so even here, okay, so here's my hand, right? Okay, let's work it in. It is very, you can see. It's almost like it's like a serum and a moisturizer in one. I'm gonna put it on the other hand to make it even. But you know what? And I've been noticing things because my hands were starting to look their age. And I had always had baby hands. But just like our faces, and I've had people ask me about their hands, how to make their hands look younger. One thing that really helps with making your hands look younger is using the same products on your hands that you'd use on your face. If your hands are really, really dry, you want to exfoliate, sometimes maybe like once or twice a week. And then moisturize often, and not just with a hand lotion, because most hand lotions are water-based. You want to really use real moisturizer. Another thing is massage, okay? So let's say like if your skin around your fingers are starting to look really wrinkled and really like where you feel like your hands look older, or like your hands look older than your face, and this can go with any part of your body. If you moisturize it and massage it on a regular basis, it really helps. Now, these, and I'm just going to, I didn't plan to talk about this, but I may as well, since I'm talking about hand. Imagine when you get, I don't know, manicurists now not everybody gives a good hand massage, but it used to be part of when you got a manicure. When anybody got their nails done, back in the day. Now I notice a lot of people skip it. A lot of nail people will skip it, and because they're always like getting people in and out. But I'll just put a little bit. But one thing is if you take, let's say I'm gonna take a little bit of this lotion here, this cream. If you take a little bit of this cream and you work it, hey, how are you? You work it around each finger and you really work it in, and then also work it into your cuticles. And it's just every single finger. You start at the base and then go all the way back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then actually bend your fingers. That also helps the circulation. It helps the circulation so that, and the same thing with your whole hands. It's the same thing. Work it into your whole hand. Work it into every section of your hand and every single finger and around the cuticles and all that. Especially men who work with their hands. A lot of them think, oh, take care of their hands is kind of like a, what non-traditionally masculine thing to do, but it really helps. Especially with, some of the, really good, like, a gender-neutral cream. Well, not in the pink thing, but you can get it in the regular blue too. But they did a pink one for summer. But they have what I call the traditional ones are blue, and so a lot of I recommend that for men a lot who work with their hands. Work it into your cuticles, work it around your fingers, work it in between your fingers, in here, work it around your hands, all that stuff. It helps to plump up the blood flow into your hands. Same thing with feet, same thing with anywhere that's feeling and looking a little funky. That's what you do. And it makes such a difference because it gets the blood flow and it starts to plump up, which makes your hands look younger because the younger hands, hey Lynn, how are you? The younger looking hands are more plump, right? So that's what you do, and that used to be part of what I learned, when I went through cosmetology. That's what I learned about, giving a manicure was doing a really good hand massage. And that helped, especially back in the day when ladies used to get with the rollers and they'd sit under the dryer with the rollers and the whole 9 yards. They'd get it was all about we would be giving them a manicure and giving them a good hand massage, and that actually helped their circulation, helped their hands stay younger looking. So there's a little tip, just a little tip. Okay, so I just did the powder foundation. And we're gonna do this. I'm gonna play around with this, the brow station, what is the official name? It's a Tattoo Station Brow Cream. I think that's what it is. Brow. There's 4 different new brow things we have. Tattoo Station Brow. And it was on back order for a long time. But anyway, it is fantastic. It's like my new favorite brow thing, but I'm also going to use it as a liner. This is like a brow gel cream is what it is. So, that is, I'm going to play around with that as a liner because it's almost like I put it on the other day, and, even if you like lay down or take a nap or something, usually my brows might get it. But it stayed on. And it comes with, here it is. It comes with its own little bitty brush with the little brush with the spoolie on the end. So, going totally from scratch here. Okay, first thing first is I'm going to brush these hairs here. Okay, I'm going to cut back. There's a little bit of brightness here. Hey! Cut this back a little bit. There we go. All right. Okay, so yeah, just a lot of little good beauty tips, little pro tips. Okay, just do it. I realized after playing with this the last time how concentrated it was. Actually, this light, there we go. Okay, much better. Okay. This is really concentrated, so. And this is color black brown. There's 6 different shades. There's really light. There's also a pencil with this brand, the Tattoo Station, which is one of the Avon collaborations, face shop collaborations. But we also have the glimmer sticks, and we also have our ultra luxury liner pencils that are also good for eyebrows too. But eyebrows can make a huge difference because, like, just look at this. Okay, from here to here. When I don't have my eyebrows on, it's like, oh my god. It was a big deal when I finally came out and showed Patrick what I look like without my makeup on. But I mean, I was still at that point, I still wouldn't even go to the grocery store. I wouldn't do anything without my makeup on. Or one time I did when I was sick, and of course I ran into a customer who thought, I mean, I just was just running out for like something, a quick moment, and they right away said, "Are you sick?" Oh, yeah, of course couldn't avoid. I guess they recognized me from a distance, but then, hey. Are you sick? That's a crazy world. It is such a crazy world. But yeah, you can see I'm already better with it. That first night when I first put it on, it was like, ooh, hey, how are ya? It is a crazy world. It gets crazier. And I really feel there's so much happening that really, it's like, could 2020 just stop already? Could 2020 just stop and be back to a normal year? All right, so we still have time. There's still time to get this palette. It's now marked down to $19. It was $25 or $19.99. This palette is so, look at this. Okay, you have this. You have the top layer, you've got the middle layer, and you have all this. Okay, this is like my new favorite thing. I love this so much. I love these blushes in here. These are all blushes. Here and here and here. I use them as shadows. I've been using these as contours and blushes, and these as fun, funky neons, and then there's some lip glosses in here. It's phenomenal. This is leftover from last year. Last year's Christmas. Oh, what fun. Like, oh, what fun is your eyes. But it's like, oh, what fun it is to play with this thing, because this is phenomenal. You've got mattes. You can see you've got mattes. You got your mattes, you got your shimmers, you got some glimmers. You got mattes and shimmers in here. They need to just keep this palette all year round. Just be a staple, okay? In my mind, I've seen what they're doing for Christmas this year, for holidays this year. And it's cute. It's cute. It's, but I have not seen something. They usually do come out with something big like this, so maybe it'll be a surprise. So I'm just kind of going over all these a little bit just to get a little bit of color, because I'm sick of not having color. I'm going to have a little bit of color. I told the husband he was on his own for dinner tonight. I usually buy him a few frozens for the week. I used to cook a whole fresh meal every night. But it's a lot. So a couple times a week I have, he heats something up. There's a certain brand of stuff, frozen dinners called Encore. They're not only a good value in terms of the price, but they're family sizes, but I call them husband size. Husband size. Alright, I'm just going to dip this light brush into one of these light ones. Okay, I'm going to do this shimmery light peach. Little husband size. Because they just wouldn't, depends on, now, if he was dieting, that'd be different, but he's, he doesn't have to diet, so he likes the family size. But plus a lot of those things have a lot of sauces in them, which he does not eat. He's different. And a lot of people love the barbecue sauce or the gravies and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't eat any of that. So even though a lot of people are like, oh, it's really rich, it's fattening, well, the thing is he's not eating a lot of the junk that comes with it. So, all right, so I'm going to set this aside for a moment. I'm going to go back to this powder. Just kind of go over everything. Okay. So, yeah, so there's one that's a chicken parm of that Encore brand. Oh my God, it is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. It is one of the best frozen dinners. So fantastic. The sauce is fantastic. There are times where he does not eat. He'll just eat the chicken, and I'll eat the sauce and put it with something else sometimes because it's so fantastic. And he's just like, he's not a sauce person. Only like if you see it having pasta, we have a sauce, or but he's not a gravy person. You know, he's easy. He's an easy person. Very easy. All right, let's play with some of these. I have not played with some of these browns and these bronzes. These browns and bronzes. Easy peasy. Okay, I'm going to take this fluffy brush and let's do one of these. Let's do one of these neutral kind of gold colors here. Very pretty. It's all about the blend. They say it's all about the base, but it's really all about the blend. I love these. I love this brow. That brow gel. It's phenomenal. Just amazing how the right shadow in the right spot. I'm gonna actually go and contour with a little bit too. Maybe I should have done that first, but whatever. Whatever. We're just playing. We're just playing. All right. For every person who hits a thumbs up or a like or a share or a smile or something on here, I really appreciate it. Everyone who watches, I would really appreciate it. Hit thumbs up, share. Every little bit helps. All right. I've got a few big things coming for the next share contest. Maybe for the kickoff for tomorrow night or Wednesday. I'm not sure what's happening tomorrow night. We have another trip to Home Depot tomorrow night, so I cannot predict the level of insanity that I might be in at that point. But that's a whole other story. All right, so okay, let's do this teal blue here. That's really pretty. The level of insanity. You can't really see there's a teal, but it's there. It's there. I'm just doing. It's kind of like a 3/4 angle here. It's almost like a wide stripe that goes that way. But anyway, maybe for a kickoff for Campaign 21, which is just starting tomorrow, I'll share a contest. I have 2 amazing kits, the Believe facial kits. If you're into at-home facials, I might do it for YouTube only. I may do it for a YouTube only, but I have to decide. I have to decide. If I get enough interest, if people message or comment below, if and I know there's many of you. I see the notifications of oh, there she is. Hi. I get the notification of how many people are watching on the replay. And there are a lot of you. But you're watching it quietly, like in the closet or something. So I need you all to be more active in general so that my algorithm with Facebook goes up. I'll just do a little smoky under here. So my Facebook algorithm will go up. And, alright, now I'm taking my blending. Here we go. And the more my Facebook algorithm goes up, then the more they'll let me do other things. But I have to, and the same thing with YouTube. But I have to be popular. And I have to grow my viewership. So you guys have to help me. There we go. There's some people on here. There's some people on here that have over 4,000 viewers at one video. Okay, 4,000 people. So I know it can be done. And that's on a Facebook Live. If you're on, and of course, there's some people who have over 300,000 views on a 300K on a YouTube, on makeup YouTubes, within the first 2 or 3 hours of posting their makeup videos. If you think I'm that good, show, and it doesn't take anything to share. It doesn't cost anything to hit thumbs up. It doesn't hit anything to smile or to post a laugh or something, or post a heart or here. And I'm talking about like when you instead of clicking thumbs up, you can click a heart or something. But all that helps. All that really helps. And it also shows up on your feed so that your friends might, see it. But I know, like I said, those of you who are watching me in the closet, and I mean figuratively, some of you might be literally. But I'm not judging. I'm just saying, maybe you're afraid to show that in your feed that you're watching somebody putting makeup on. The world, we're so full of other things in life right now that it's okay to watch a makeup video. It's okay to, oh, hey, there's so many other things going on. Like I said, watching me in the sometimes I don't say it, and I feel like it needs to be said. Hey, Marcy. Sometimes it needs to be said, but I can see who's people watching me on the replay. I see that it'll say I had like 35 people were watching watch later, or total views, or it could be over 80 people watching. And if those 80 people shared me and hit thumbs up or hit like or hit something that that would really help, because it's a free way to support. Right. All right, now I'm hitting my blending, this big wide blending brush with some makeup setting powder. But yeah, so a lot of I know I have a lot of guys watching, because they I can see, but they can also consider me for gifts for your spouses, partners, friends, whatever. Right now I'm doing one of these lighter colors here. And I can always help you find a gift. Don't feel, you can always say, hey, I want to buy a nice necklace for my wife, girlfriend, And I can kind of look, if we're friends, I can go through and say, see her taste, if she's a little jewelry person, Some of you already know, your wife or spouse's taste, but sometimes you don't, I think I should have a thing on my, what is it, gravestone, headstone, it'll say she helped husbands buy gifts for 40 years, nearly 40 years. At least at this point, it's been, because when I would, be cutting husband's hair, and they'd say, if I did the husband and the wife's hair, and they'd say, oh, my wife's birthday coming up, what do you think I should get her, and that was just like a normal thing. I've always, and giving fashion advice. And I can still give fashion advice. You know, a lot of people, you know, I can do a Zoom call. If someone has a job interview, I can do a Zoom call, help you pick out the, I mean, I know a lot of people, officers are more casual, but, back to the teal color. I know a lot of officers are more casual, but, still, it's always, you never know. Someone's first job, first bigger, more important job, all those little things make a difference. Same thing with women, too. Although we're all working, a lot of us are working virtually. But, you know, sometimes you might still have to have that interview, that initial interview in person. But, okay, so I'm going to try this as my, this is that brow, but I'm going to try it as a liner. Because why not? But I appreciate the support. Watching me in the club. It is time. And the way the world is now, it's like nobody should be judgmental about what anybody's watching on here. We're all, you know, there's people trying to survive right now, so it's like, you know, any way we can have a little fun and have a few laughs. Yeah. There's storms, there's fires, there's craziness. Celebrate that we're able to be on here together. Alright, that's looking good as a liner, you know. And, it's really wild. Oh, it's amazing. It just glides right on. It glides right on. I have been looking for that. I've been missing a gel liner. She is so funny. Pippa's like gets so crazy. She's calmed down now. But Patrick was working out, and when he works out, she's trying to hump his leg. She can't resist Daddy. I'm always singing, my heart belongs to Daddy. When she's falling around. It's so crazy. She gets so wild. She's like, Daddy, enough. It's like a teenage girl at Justin Bieber concert or something. Oh, or BTS. So probably have to stay up. Justin Bieber's like old news now. He seems like an old man now. Alright, Magic's dust. Gotta keep up. Gotta have it. Alright. You gotta keep our heartthrobs in. Magic's dust. All aboard the Magic bus. And if you want to soften things, you can just go over it with the powder. Yeah. I did not lock my thing, so you can see. Look at this all over the place. And I had it sideways. Oh no. Oh. But at least I've got it. I've got plenty out. No, I just gotta lock it. The best thing about this is you can lock it in place. But apparently, after the last time I was on here, I forgot to lock it. Okay. Oh, still coughing. I've been fighting something the last few days, but I'm present and accounted for. Got my team talk at 9, and then I have my Zoom, and I have some friends who live in California. Well, it's one friend from high school, and then a few other people that she knows, and some of them I've become friends with, and people we just recognize from the Zoom, and some of them are high school friends. Sometimes it's just people we work with, college, various things. And that is a fun Zoom, but it's also good to keep up with people because, you know, they live near Oakland and a whole lot of West Coast stuff to keep up with what's going on out there. It's very intense. And And I've gotten to know some really cool people. Lots of really fun. So it's like open yourself. You know, you never know. You never know who you're going to meet. I've met some new people just from watching other people's lives that somebody shared. And then the next thing you know, I'm in a whole... I've now met some people that have, you know, a whole new slew of people that make you smile. It's like, you know, if I hadn't opened myself to a lot of you all, like 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how I would have survived the last 2 or 3 years, because there's so many, or if I had a concert coming on here, because it's so much support and so much good friendship, and it's so much fun, you know. It's really brightened up my world on a lot of levels. All right, so let's play around a little bit with this two-tone. Oh my God, this two-tone flat. It's like a built-in liner. Now I'm DVRing Dancing with the Stars right now because it's like wacky. If any of y'all saw Tiger King, that woman Carol whatever Baskin, she's on Dancing with the Stars this season. And then Neve from Catfish is on too, but he was naturally a dancer anyway. He's very agile. He was and then who else? Oh, Jesse Metcalf. Okay, it's just like, you know, I would love to, you know, just the opportunity to see Jesse Metcalf on TV. If anyone remembers, everyone saw Desperate Housewives, okay? The young guy who Eva Longoria was fooling around with. Yeah, the young guy who Eva Longoria, the cute young guy that she was fooling around with on Desperate Housewives 15 years ago, was Jesse Metcalf. And then he was also on, was it John Tucker, that movie John Tucker Must Die? Hysterical. All right, now this is two-tone this way, and you can see the two different colors, but I'm going to put a little lighter. So he's on there too, so I'm going to watch that later on. I'm going to go over this with, this one? Oh. I'm going to go over this with, I have a nude one too, but I'm going to go over this with this nude, lighter end of this. So, yeah, I just think that's a cute guy. But Neve is always cute to watch. He's fun. He's a good character. And yeah, Carol Baskin. And then a whole bunch of other people I don't remember, but it was just like a fun mix. Dancing with the Stars sort of reminds me of like when I've talked about Love Boat, of like the guest star with all these B-list people. And I think it was the first 2 seasons, it was all A-list. Well, so of course B-list people, because A-list, you don't see Brad Pitt on there or anything. Oh yeah, Angelina Jolie. Then we'd all be like, wow, how the mighty have fallen. Dancing with the Stars, oh my God. But, you know, that's a fun show. I don't usually watch it because I can't stand the music, okay? You know why? Because the music, they don't have the rights to any of their songs. It's sort of like why you can't play. So, or else, I think a couple of songs they have done for real. It's also like, some of the other dance shows. They'll pay to use certain songs, but then they'll have them dance to those songs over and over again, or certain things. But Dancing with the Stars was always too cheap to do it, so they have these like fake versions of those songs, whatever they are. And okay, now I'm putting a little bit of the Crave lip gloss on there. And then the other thing is that since I have taken some of those ballroom dance classes at one time, I have a lot of things I've tried. When they're like, oh, they're doing the foxtrot. They're not doing a real foxtrot. They might be doing it to the foxtrot beat. They're not doing it to a foxtrot. They're never doing it to a foxtrot song, because if they're doing it to a foxtrot song, nobody would tune in, because it's foxtrot songs that were almost 100 years ago. 190 years ago, 80 years ago, 70 years ago, whatever. And then they're really not doing the official foxtrot that you learn in ballroom dancing. They're doing this like show dancing. So that's another thing. If you take dancing seriously, then you're like, okay, this is when you compete for a foxtrot, you actually are doing a foxtrot. When you're doing a waltz, you're actually doing a waltz. When you're actually so that kind of thing made me crazy, because it's all for just like, and they'll be like, oh, I think they did a great job. Well, really? No, they did not do, they did a great dance. But so that's why I've never been like a huge Dancing with the Stars person, because I'm like, you know, so literal about it, you know. But, you know, on the other hand, the styles of the outfits, and, you know, it's for some people it's really boosted their career and had a whole new thing and got more people into dancing. So I'm like, you know, whatever, you know, hey, it's been on for 12, 13 years now, so, you know, it's still a hit, you know, but not everybody is as picky about things as I am. I'm very picky about stuff like that. That's my thing. That's my jam. I'm picky about stuff. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna do this, do it the right way. Because we've all, even like if you watch Dirty Dancing, when not this end scene and not the showy scenes, but the scenes when they're actually learning how to dance and they're doing the boom, ba boom, you know, certain things as a couple dancing, and they have the steps have to be a certain way, and this has to be this. Okay, we're gonna do the pachanga, we're gonna do the cha-cha, we're gonna do this. Everything has to be properly aligned. It's none of these extra things. So, so those things, that kind of stuff drives me crazy. But I can tell you, there was a place, and it's still, well, of course now because of COVID, but there was a place that when I was taking ballroom dancing, one of the dance instructors said, okay, you all are invited to go to this place. And it was this warehouse out in the middle of the sticks, and it was unbelievable. They had people all ages, in all kinds of outfits, and they had a little bar set up, and they even had food, and this was like people's regular Thursday, Friday, Saturday night thing, and it was almost like a club, but it was like a private thing, and it was all that kind of dancing, and they had like a disco ball, and they had all the, you can go, I have to find where the webpage is. It's an amazing, as of right before COVID, of course, they were still having these competitions and dance parties, and they had open things. You would say, okay, now everybody on the floor will have to do a waltz. So then you'd have all these people on the floor waltzing. And then they'd say, okay, everyone, now we're going to do this. And they'd do all this. And it was really fun to see, because if you were there and you're trying to practice as your ballroom dancing, or whatever one you wanted to dance, it was, you could go out and dance. But it was, of course, couples dancing. But it was almost like a single scene. And it was like a single scene for a lot of older people, too. And they had all these older people, like older women with a lot of makeup on, all dolled up, big hair, all dolled up. And you could almost see the era of what they were like when they had kind of, everyone was a little, you know, some were like into like big 80s hair, some had 60s hair. It was kind of like almost like a a fashion show of when they went to a high school. But it was a lot of fun, and there were a lot of dudes, you know, still gutting up, get an open shirt, trying to go out, and all the single women were all lined up against the wall like it was a school dance or something, and the guys are coming up, trying to talk to them and all this. It was so cute. It was a scene, you know. Now I'm doing Love at First Lash, but they were some really great dancers that danced there, and it was fun to see those people. Just go and watch. But I wish it was kind of like you wouldn't even known. You would have never known. It wasn't, hey, Cynthia. You would have never known that was there. Unless you were in that kind of dance community. But there's a lot of groups like that. Tango, one of my friends is a tango instructor, and she, you know, has sometimes post videos of her doing the tango, and it's like a real official tango. And that's another thing. That's another dance on Dancing with the Stars. They're not doing the official dramatic tango. They're doing like all over the place, and it's very sexual and all. I mean, of course the original tango is sexual in its own way, but it's a very formal. But when they're doing on Dancing with the Stars, it's not that. So that kind of, to me, that kind of like, it kind of muddles what people think of what things really are. So that's why I'm not usually a fan of that show. But I decided, because of the lineup this season, that I would watch. So that's my Dancing with the Stars story. But it really helps to be with a partner your right height, because I was doing it when I was married to my first husband, who was much taller than me. He was like 6'1", 6'2". Patrick and I would probably be good at doing it together, doing that ballroom dancing. Patrick knows how to waltz, and I think minuet too. But the best thing was that the instructor, that when my ex-husband and I were taking the ballroom dancing, the instructor was a male that was really short. It was a short little guy. Okay, it was maybe 5'4" at the most, and when he would be showing my ex-husband, like, he's like, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to do this. He's like, how is it when you're dancing with him? You're dancing so well, because it was like my height, you know. It was my height, and somehow he was able to like twirl me around to do everything the right way. But when I was with someone trying to dance with, because I'm only 4'11", dancing with someone who's 6'1", it just like, oh my God, it was so much to reach, and it was like the end of the day, and I was cutting hair all full time then, and I was exhausted. I'd be like, oh my God, it was so much work. It was hard work. It wasn't fun. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of, and of course, he wanted to get it right the first time. And, you know, people, it can be hard when you're learning something new as an adult. But sometimes it's fun. You know, it's fun to do together as a couple, to kind of just do something fun together. Especially, you know, just going to that place, learning about that place, and seeing things you wouldn't normally see, you know. But I'll have to find those videos and restart posting them. I'm posting my friend who does tango, because she's amazing. I was doing it a few years ago, posting her videos. I haven't done it in a while. But of course, you know, all that COVID has changed all that. But yeah, I took jazz dancing at one time. I took jazz off and on for years. I love jazz. Now it's referred to as contemporary when you watch those dance shows. If you watch, So You Think You Can Dance, it was more like, well, even though contemporary now is kind of more like, it was more what we used to call modern dance. But I was doing more like, you see, like a chorus line type of stuff, or like how like Paula Abdul danced in videos in the 80s. I did all that. I used to do all that stuff. I gotta get back. And then I did Zumba, and I've started to try to start doing Zumba again, but I'm not as, I gotta get my self back up to that level of being able to do it for a full hour. After all the various and sundry health issues, takes its toll. It takes time to get back up to it. There we go. Mascara. Oh, thank you. Mascara makes such a difference. Mascara. I need my roots done, so I'm hiding them. I'm hiding my roots. And I'm going to go over this with the other Love First Lash. There are 4 mascaras we have right now. The regular Love First Lash, the waterproof Love First Lash with that special brush I just did, the blue, electric blue, and the purple. 4 fun mascaras. Just a little separation. Keep them separated. Gotta keep it. Remember that song? Gotta keep them separated. Da, 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 da. That's a Hot Topic. When you go shop at Hot Topic, they play that song. If anyone. Oh. Hot Topic. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit with the... Here we go. You get a perfect wing. Perfect smoky wing. I keep looking for the trash can. I keep moving. When I work over at my desk, I move the trash can way over there. And then, but when I have to do makeup, I have to move it back over here, but I forgot to move it back over. So I added my red A box over there. So I'm running out of room. What was that? The out? Not the outfield. What was the name of that band? Out something. They were one of my favorite bands in the 90s, and I can't even think of their name. I have their CD over here. I can't remember. It's so funny when you get... I've been so listening to this podcast. I've been really loving this podcast that I've been discussing all these different news topics of like the past several years, 40 years. And like kind of like breaking it down and talking about different stuff. It's really interesting. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit more. A little more of this white. It is so interesting, the discussions. But I never used to think. I would be like, I don't understand how people can be in a podcast. I'm listening to music all the time. But it has to be the right ones. Until I started being on podcasts myself, then as a guest, then I started like, okay, I'm like, now I've got to listen to people's podcasts. Right, I'm dipping into this one right here. Because I should take the plastic off. I'll come right here. I love these itty bitty brushes. These itty bitty brushes. Gotta keep them separated. So what have we learned tonight? Okay, therapy. The therapy cream is a primer moisturizer. Also, you put it on your hands. Take good care of your hands. Cashmere collection. The two-tone flat lipstick. I think that comes tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Crave lip gloss. The other two-tone. The lighter two-tone. The Oh What Fun. The Tattoo Brow Gel as brows and liner. Two Love at First Lashes. Crave lip gloss. Did I just say that? And I think that's it. Oh my god. And a little bit of setting spray. Setting spray will help your makeup stay all day. A little bit of makeup spray will help your makeup stay. Can I think of some slogans? You know, the funniest thing is, it's like, I can remember, this is so funny. Oh, here's the artisanal. They came with that thing. I didn't know it was still here. I'm going to spray a little bit of it. The new Cherry Vetiver. Fantastic. It's in the A box. A long time ago was a little girl. Somehow I was reminded of, because somebody said something about the Just Say No program about people trying to stay off drugs or not do drugs or whatever. I can remember in 3rd grade, we had to make these posters And I don't know why I did. We had to be these posters about not doing drugs in 3rd grade. Okay. And somehow I had in my mind that I wanted to draw a queen on the throne, and then somebody like a jester or something telling the queen not to do drugs, right? And I don't know why. This idea came to my mind, right? So I drew this queen on the throne, and I had this like jester, someone with a jester hat saying, "Get off your throne and make sure your people aren't doing drugs," or something like that. So we were showing this to like a relative of mine, and it's actually the lady who gave us that painting, who just really passed away, and it's a really funny memory. Is my grandmother used to have all those relatives over for this ladies' luncheon, okay? And we used to have all these ladies like once a month or once every 2 or 3, maybe once every quarter, every 2 or 3 months, she'd have them over for this ladies' luncheon. So she was showing them this poster I made. It said, "Get off your throne." And that relative said, "Oh, that's what we call the toilet in our house." And it was like, "Get off your throne." And it was just like one of those funny little memories you have of somebody, you know, and it's just like, and I don't know, who knows where that poster is. That poster is long gone. And why I even thought of like, you know, somebody, of all the things, is don't do drugs poster. But it's like, you know, when you have those things, those funny little things of your, you know, funny little memories of funny little things about somebody, or funny little things that they have you do in school. And it's just like, why in the world was I thinking that anyway? Like, of all the things, I don't do drugs, because there were other kids who were drawing pictures of cops, and the other kids are doing other things. Why I was thinking of some queen on her. Of course, I guess it was early, you know, I wanted to draw a picture of a queen, I guess, so someone sitting on a throne. Oh, it was just so funny. The lady said, "Oh, that's what we call it." She started laughing as soon as she saw the jester saying, "Get off your throne and tell your people not to do drugs." Oh my God. You know, you know, the funniest thing. So that was like, oh, they're showing the ladies' luncheon, and that got like this big laugh. At like all the people that, you know, all the older people were laughing about, you know, that like he's standing here telling him to get off the toilet, get off the throne. Just what can you do, you know? But you know, you have these memories, and you know, it's just a funny little moment. And this necklace is still available too tonight. There's all kinds of goodies available. So if you're watching me and you watch me later on, there's all kinds of things to order. Check out the website. It's down below. If you want to join, there's a free sign up. It's still free. It's still free till the end of the year. There's still plenty of time to join and start earning money for your own Christmas. Earn your Christmas gifts at a discount. Anybody can do this, okay? If you are somebody that just want to join and just get your stuff, you know, we call it like it's almost like a personal shopper level or something. You know, you're just doing it to shop your own business, shop your own website, enjoy the discount. And then you have like a hobbyist, which is you just say, share it with your few friends, share, a few relatives, few friends, make a little money here and there. It's fine. You enjoy the discount too. And then you have, if you want to go a little higher, but I've got some top people on me that don't do lives. They don't do makeup on live. They hardly ever show their face, and they're still doing great. They're doing other things behind the scenes, and they're kind of low key. But however way you want to work your business, some people are like, oh, I could never do what you're doing. Yeah, but I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm choosing to do it. But there's all different kinds of ways to do it, and you can earn, help put some gas money in your car, grocery money. It's amazing how when you get into it and things start getting really popular, and people start, letting people know about your business, how things can take off, it's just, the options are endless. Imagine pajamas, slippers for the holidays, jewelry, gifts for men, gifts for kids, decor. There's going to be a lot of decor coming for Christmas. Christmas lights, holiday lights, all kinds of things that you would give people for Christmas, or decor, or like ornaments and things like that. All that is coming. So even if you would think, oh, well, I'm not going to buy makeup. I'm not buying my friend's makeup, or I'm not buying any of my family makeup, but think of all the people you know who like to decorate for Christmas or the holidays in general, or think of all the people who you might want to give gifts to for the holidays. You might not be celebrating it, but you still might give gifts, right? All different kinds of things like that. Scarves, it's amazing. It's amazing what's coming, and it's a lot that's coming. So you want to get in on that so you can get things, and and you'll just have a lot of fun too. Have a lot of fun. You have me as your boss, you're gonna have fun. You have me as your team leader, you're gonna have fun. or at least you have my expertise of 37, nearly 38 years in this business. You're going to have a lot. You're going to have between all my customer service experience, all my beauty experience, all my business experience. You're going to have a lot of good, great advice and help. And so it's a lot of fun. So so something to consider. No pressure. And I tell people that when they join, I say no pressure. If you want to get in Zoom calls with me, if you want to text me questions, I've got people that'll text me questions. I got people message me stuff. I've got people that we meet face to we did meet face to face. But I've got big plans for the coming year, whether it's big, but the team is growing and it's really fantastic. So I'd love to have you on my team. So you just always want to say that because there's a lot happening. So anyway, what do you think of this look? It's a fun look, nice little look for Monday night makeup. Thanks so much always for your support. Thanks always for hanging out with me and having fun and having a few laughs and getting some tips. And we got some new things coming with campaign 21, and so looking forward to that. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.